Bailey Advance 76/2T. It's a 4-berth motorhome with 2 belted seats, and it's done just under 9,000 miles, and it's a 2018. Bailey Advance 76/2T. Now I'm assuming the 76 represents the length of the vehicle because it's 7.6 metres long, and the 2T I'm assuming is 2 travelling seats, because in this van it has got 2 seats, passenger and drivers, that have the seat belts. There's no other seat belts in the motorhome, even though it is a 4-berth motorhome. It's 3,500 kilograms in weight. It's a 2-litre Peugeot Boxer chassis, and it's a manual 6-speed. And like I said before, it's only done just under 9,000 miles with 1 owner. So the Bailey Advance, it's got an AMC Elco chassis, so that means it's lighter than your conventional chassis, which therefore makes better payload, better fuel economy, and also with it being lower, you don't need an external step. Right, so let's go down the driver's side of the van. You can see we've got lots of windows, so it's going to let in a lot of natural light. So we've got our 230 hookup. Just below down here we have our waste drain off, and then below the back window we have our freshwater filler. And then at the back, now what we've got at the back, this is our toilet area. So I'll show you the cassette toilet in a second. This is our filler for our cassette, for our flush. So it doesn't go from the freshwater tank. It's got its own little tank for the flush on the toilet. So just below, and what I really like in here, there we have our cassette toilet, but look how much room there is here for putting all your fluids, and for any wellies or wet clothes or anything like that. Good space. So at the back of the Bailey, what we have is we have a reversing camera, and then we do have a bike rack. But with this bike rack, it does come all the way down, so it is easier to load your bikes up. And then what we do then is we can wind the bike rack then back up into position, so then you're not having to lift your bikes up. You can put them down low, and then it'll go back into position that way. So at the back, again, we've got windows as well, letting in more light. So, just before I go into this hatch, this van has had fitted corner steadies to it. And I'll show you this hatch. We do have a spare tyre in, and various other bits and bobs. So you can actually relocate the spare tyre to underneath, get a cage for the spare tyre. And then what we'll do, we'll move on to our gas. Now this is a good sized gas compartment there, so you can get the 12k gas bottles in, and you can get 2 in there. So that's a really good size gas locker. And then moving on, we have our outside aerial, our flue for our heating, and also our diesel with our AdBlue. So also we do have an awning with awning light. So before we go inside, let me just show you what's on the roof. So on the roof we've got our skylights, we have our aerial, and also the Bailey's fitted with a solar panel. So now we're inside the Bailey Advance, and as you can see, it's a big van, 7.6 metres, but it's a very spacious van as well. We've got a lot of windows, like I showed you when we were going around the outside, which is letting a lot of light into the van as well. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the cab. So we're in the cab. It's on a Peugeot Boxer 2 litre, and what we have is we have our cruise control. It's a 6-speed manual with a media pack, hot and cold blown air in the cab, and also air conditioning. Just below we have our USB points as well. Now with the cab as well, we have our blinds, and we also have blinds on each of the 2 doors, and then we also have our reversing camera as well, and both seats do swivel, so therefore getting the most out of the motorhome as well now with both your captain swivel seats. So let's work our way down the van. So don't forget, it's an Alitac construction, so it's wood free apart from the cupboards. But what we've got our little dinette here. So we've got the 2 bench seats, but these 2 can also be made up into a bed, and we can pull that one out, and then we pull this one out, and we can slide the cushions along. And then there's another cushion underneath the bench seat that we can put into there. So another thing as well, in our little dinette area, we've got a skylight above, and we've also got the other skylight above the cab as well, so it's letting a lot of light in this area. We've also got our blinds and fly screens as well, and that's the same with this one. It can open up as well to let a lot of air in. So we do have one, and also opposite that 2 really big cupboards, so for plenty of storage. And then we also have our solar panel controller in this cupboard as well, which is hooked up to a vehicle battery and also to leisure battery. And then we move on, we have our habitation door. Above the habitation door we have our control panel, and then next to that we have our Truma system. And then moving down to the kitchen area, we've got a microwave, 2 more cupboards with plenty of storage, and then a cupboard above, and again another skylight above which we can open up. And then we have our sink, and then our hobs, grill and oven, and again with storage underneath and to the side. Again, on all our windows we do have fly screens and blinds, and then we also have another prep area opposite, which could be used for putting your telly on, because we've got a TV aerial with a 230 plug. So now we're moving to the back of the van. We've got 2 good size single beds, and again these massive lockers, which is ample for fitting, well, plenty of things in. And then we do have storage under both beds. So under this bed we do have our freshwater tank, and also this is the storage area for our freestanding table. It's quite easy to get at. And then under the other bed, again more storage, and that was where our spare wheel was. And then we've got more storage as well. And then we're going to move back to the back of the van. We have our end washroom with cassette toilet, and yet more storage with a wardrobe behind the cassette toilet. And then opposite that, we have our separate shower. And by the side of that, we have our sink. And again, more storage again underneath the sink. So again, at the back with the washroom, ample room to get changed with. And then also, there's a good sized shower area with your cassette toilet. One thing I noticed as well is we've got plenty of plugs in here. We've got a plug there, and then kitchen area we have two, and then opposite that by the habitation door we have another one. So plenty of plugs for your 230. Bailey Advance. It is a big van, 7.6 metres, but what you do get is a big dinette with your swivel seats to make it even bigger. You've then got your kitchen area with your 2 single beds, and then your end washroom. Don't forget we've got lots of skylights and lots of windows, which is letting a lot of light into the van, and it does have quite a caravan feel to it. But Bailey Advance, nice van. So general condition of the van is very good. Only one thing that we have found is just let me show you here on the passenger side. Just a slight scuff in here, but other than that, can't find anything else on the motorhome.